Good afternoon. Holy shit. First let's address the elephant in the room here. That 2516 raised of 1,000. Why am I still doing a fundraising stream when clearly we have blown past the goal? And the reason is very simple. So, background: Sabina is my cat. She turns 11 next week. When we got her a year and a half ago, we took her from her previous owner, who was no longer able to take care of her, and uh, her right eye was always a little messed up. Like there was a lot of like spottiness on the iris, and her pupil was a little big, but we didn't think anything of it. It didn't really bother her, and over time it kind of got a little spottier, but again, it didn't seem like it was really bothering her. So fast forward to about a month ago, and it starts oozing, and it got really, really clouded, and it started to really bother her. So we took her to the vet, and we got her on eye drops. After a week, 2 drops a day. The pressure was insanely high. Eye pressure is supposed to be like 20. That's normal. Her left eye was like 40, and her right eye, the bad eye, was above 70. It was bad. But we put her on eye drops for a week before coming back to the vet, and pressure in the left eye dropped to about normal levels. In the right eye, it had dropped to around like upper 30s, low 40s. And so it looked like it was working. So we upped the frequency for a couple weeks, brought her back to the vet, and it wasn't changing. So I took her to the ophthalmologist because now the concern was melanoma, or well, cancer. It was narrowed down to melanoma by the ophthalmologist. So we had a couple options. We could just get the eye taken out, but it was also possible that it was also possible that the that the melanoma had spread to other parts of her body. So we had to get her tested. We got blood work done. We got an X-ray. We got an ultrasound, and everything came back good. She's fine otherwise. It doesn't seem like it's spread. So the next course of action would be to get the eye removed, which was estimated to cost anywhere from, including consultation, anywhere from like 900 to 1,200. The highest estimate was like 2,000, but we were assured that it would cost like 1,000 or 1,200 to get the consultation and get the eye removed. So I had already spent upwards of $700 on vet bills over the last month for her. I was starting to feel the squeeze. Did the GoFundMe, set $1,000 because her previous owner said, "Hey, we'll put that she'll put a $300 toward the surgery." And within an hour, we had already passed $1,000. And since then, here we are. It's $2,500, and I'm fucking blown away. It still hasn't sunk in yet. So we're working to get her an appointment to get the consultation and the surgery all in one go. And we've got, with the money from the GoFundMe, that's taken care of. We've got the money that I've spent on her previous appointments. That's all been recuperated now. So now it's aftercare that I'm most concerned about. So that's why we're here. That's why we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XI in a little bit. And to incentivize donations, I did put a couple stretch goals. So later, if we hit these goals, I'll play the first 23 minutes of the audio for the Final Fantasy X-2 retrospective. And if we hit 3,500, I will do a live reading of the entire context section of the Final Fantasy XI video. That's like everything that I have written on that I would say is polished and in a state where it can be. Frank Saldivar, thank you so much for the $100. Unfortunately, I don't get like an audio cue for the donations, so I don't know when donos are actually coming in, which really sucks. I just have to like be super vigilant, and unfortunately I can only be so vigilant. But rest assured, anyone who donates, it doesn't matter how much you donate, I'll be putting you in the credits of the 10-2 video to thank you. I can only do so much as thanks, but yeah, that's kind of where we are. Anything that's left over is going to go to moving costs, so that so that me and my cat can move out of Florida. It was my cat that was the first major reason why I decided not to move to Ohio. Long story short, the owner of the house I was looking to move into, it would have been a great deal, like fantastic rate for rent, like disgustingly good, but she said no cats. And then that was the first domino to fall. The second was, well, I would be living with a friend, but he'd be traveling for weeks at a time for work, and I don't know anyone in Ohio. And not having at least like my cat with me to keep me company, that sounds awful. I don't want to do that. I don't want to backslide and feel really depressed. So I decided, you know what? I think I'm at a point where I can swing living on my own in like a studio or a 1-bedroom up north. So because like if I were to do the Ohio thing, I would have to give Sabina up, and she's a senior cat. It's less likely she would get adopted out of a shelter. So I can't do that to her. I refuse. So that's kind of where we are. The excess is going to go to moving costs, which means that it's going to be harder to justify doing like a big fundraiser at the end of like July to help like bolster those numbers. But you know, that's a problem for the future. That's a problem for the future. We're going to see where we are now. Anyway, let's catch up on chat a little bit, and then I will talk about my history with Final Fantasy XI, because I have been playing it off and on for a couple of years before we actually get into it. So, Fitstoff, you probably said it, but how are you going to be doing the 11 retrospective? The whole game at once, or each expansion gets its own video, maybe batches? All at once. I started playing on a private server a couple years ago. I played on Eden for a few months, and I got up to like I finished the rank 4 mission because there's only one for Bastook, and yes, I do call it Bastook because that's how the narrator says it in the opening FMV. I mained Red Mage, and I got up to like level 42-ish, and I subbed White Mage. And around that point is when some things happened as far as like community drama that I was not present for. I learned about it after the fact. I was like working on my Final Fantasy VII video at the time, which is how I was not aware of it. And it also, like, the community was starting to become like, not toxic, but they were like more expecting that I knew the deep magic, as it were. Because, you know, I was in the 40s, I had been playing for a bit, and I knew generally how to play, but I didn't know, like, the best way to play. And, you know, this was a private server with, like, longtime players who played during, like, the 75 era, and that's what this server was. It was emulating the 75 era. So there was a certain expectation. I did not meet that expectation. So September 2024, I moved to retail, and I've been there ever since. And starting on Eden and putting like 120 to 150 hours in there, it doesn't sound like much, especially to anyone who's played the game like for years, but that gave me a firm grasp of how the game was in its prime. and it really let me appreciate how the game has evolved and how much more approachable, well, maybe not approachable, but how much easier it is to play solo today. Which, for the record, we're playing on retail today. We're not doing like Eden or Horizon, because like I would theoretically, if I were to go back to Eden or if I were to start on Horizon, which I'm not going to do either of those things, I would do so with a group of people that I could play with regularly, especially if I was going to be streaming it, because solo classic style 11, that's not very interesting to watch, at least in my opinion. But yeah, like I'm going to be doing 11 all in one single video. Basically every expansion I'm going to be treating as like a separate game, as though it was its own video. So it's going to have context section, development, marketing, whatever I can dig up. The main body of that section, talking about the expansion, talking about the new environments, story, new jobs if there are any, lore that may be introduced, because I have to kind of ride the line with 11 as far as like story and lore and gameplay, because there are two kinds of people who will be watching the 11 video: those who have no idea about anything in 11 and want to know, and those who are so deep that they're going to be scrutinizing everything I say. And I would hope that the latter camp would offer some grace, just because of the monumental effort involved. So, but that's beside the point. Right now on retail, I'm still only in Rise of the Zillart, unfortunately. I finished the main Zillart story, and that was very Masato Kato. And I'm waiting for schedules to line up to do the rank 6 through 9 nation missions. And also just like, things are just so busy, I just haven't had a chance. And also, because I have started the script, I want to make the buffer between where I am in the game and which part of the game I'm writing about like kind of as small as possible, so that way I don't like forget anything, even though obviously I'm recording all of it. So that's where I am with that. That being said, the 10-2 video is coming this month. The goal is like May 17th to have it finished or near finished. That's probably not going to happen. So it's definitely coming by the end of the month. If it has to come out June 1st, then it is what it is. It'll be fine. Then after that is Halo. Jack X is going to be thrown into the mix somewhere. That's kind of in a case of emergency break glass video. Just to, shore up the numbers a bit ahead of the move. But yeah, the 11 videos, that's going to be next year. I was going to try to get it out for its 25th anniversary next May. Unfortunately, I don't think that is going to happen. I think that is very wishful thinking. So it's probably not going to be until like next Christmas 2027. Yeah, I'm booting up Play Online just so we can get like get onto the main menu. But that's kind of where we are with that. 11, there's going to be a big gap between 10-2 and 11, which hopefully like people will understand because of how big 11 is. Like, even people who haven't played 11 and know very little about it know that, like, it was an MMO, and MMOs, by default, are pretty damn big. Alright, so now that we're on the menu, let's play a little bit more catch-up. Ryadik, yes, this retail. The Angle Grinder, thanks for the great vids. Thank you. Thank you so much for chipping in. Pixelato, thanks for stopping in. Serial Guy. Hex and Vex. I'm really looking forward to the video. 11 is an interesting turning point in FF history, and the story and characters are really underrated compared to the other games. Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. I like Zaid. I think that Ralgrim is interesting. Hashtag justice for Ralgrim. Rise of the Zillert story was surprisingly captivating. I was very intrigued by it. I've heard Chains of Promathia is incredible, so we'll get there when we get there, hopefully sooner than later. Huge fan of you and Sabine as the owner of 3 cats, Bagel, Biscuit, and Biscotti. I know the feel of vet bills. Wishing you all the best. Thank you, Counterspeller. Thank you so much. I don't think I can ever deal with FF11 gameplay. I would actually really like if they remade it as a single-player RPG with the same story. I mean, they would have to like completely remake like the structure of the world and everything to accommodate that. But like, if it was like the tedium of like needing to join up with other players and stuff, like I get it, but like it's way more approachable now. It's not like streamlined, but it is in a better state. Be like giving up a family member. You gotta do what you gotta do. Thanks, Shane. Thanks for stopping in. It's bisexual Titus, everyone. I also have 2 sibling cats at 7 years old. Would be like giving up on a family member. I would never do it, so I understand. Yeah, it's definitely that, Zalden. Are you going to cover up to Voracious Resurgence? That is the plan. I know that that it was only within the past few years that wrapped up, but yeah, that's the plan. Can't stay long. Just want to say I hope your cat pulls through. We had to put down our cat a couple years ago because he developed a brain tumor, and it was very upsetting. So I hope you don't have to go through that. Thank you, Aiden. Yeah, like this is not the first time that like a pet we've had to we had to consider putting down a pet. Thankfully, it's looking like we don't have to put her down. If it spreads to her liver or something, then that would have been game over. Change is a big upgrade in storytelling and characters. I hope you enjoy it. I do too. Like I know that a lot of people really like Prish, especially like people who played like the Alliance raids in 14. My friend Melody like fell in love with Prish like instantly. I know like nothing about her though, other than like she's a traveler or something, and that's only based on like her magic card. We'll try to be gentle. Thanks for stopping in. Tenerius, sorry, just you and your French names. I know it's probably a fantasy name, but thanks for stopping in. I played during the 75 era. I ended up having to stop because the server I was on, it was impossible to get a party as a Dragoon to level. Dude, I love Dragoon. Dragoon is so fucking cool. You get a little guy. You get a little wyvern. I named mine Ringo. I'm new here. What's happening? Max gone bed. I'm shoring up a nice little buffer for my cat's aftercare. She has to get an eye removed this coming week because of melanoma. Yeah, if you cover all the expansions, I expect the video could go past 10 hours. I hope the fuck not. Like, I'm estimating like 8 hours, but who knows? Like, that's why like it's gonna take so long to do that video. I've been trying to work on it in the background as much as I can. Oh my god, you get it. Zaid and Ralgrim are awesome. They are. And I know that like Bastuk's Zillert missions, like they do more with Zaid, and I'm looking forward to that. Where do you play FF11? I can't find it on Steam or the PlayStation Store. It's not on PlayStation. It is only on Steam. Sorry to hear about Oren David, sorry to hear about your cat, man. This is $10. Thanks, dude. I will... So I have it posted up in the viewer activity thing. I will keep it in mind and count it towards the overall total. Yeah, like, it is on Steam. You don't have to buy it through Steam. In fact, like, the key they give you on Steam, you can just redeem that through Square Enix, and you can just download the client and just launch it from desktop without Steam. It's $30, and it comes with 30 days. Have a guide on hand, get Windower or Ashida, you know, a third-party launcher. so that way it's like more stable. You can like alt tab and stuff, if I clean it up a little. Because I'm running mine through Ashita, because I was on Eden first. So, yeah. Let me turn this down a little bit, because it's a little loud on my end. But yeah, like 11 is like a guide game. Like community guides are indispensable. Base game and Zillard are pretty good in story, but IMO changes where the story really gets going, and the expansions afterward all maintain that quality pretty well. I've heard that Treasures of Ottergon is fun. I've heard Wings of the Goddess was a little divisive, but I think that's kind of like more because it was when they started bumping the cap beyond 75. So I have no idea, but I'll get there when I get there. Should be able to find it on Steam. Yes, it is on Steam. Changes my third. I like Lillicet more. I don't know who Lillicet is, so I'll get there when I get there. Changes my third favorite behind Wings and Rhapsodies. Rhapsodies has been interesting. I wasn't going to do Rhapsodies during my my go through, but it's like, okay, the bonuses that you get from it's worth doing. So I've never really donated to a streamer or YouTuber before. How much is okay for you to get when it goes through Super Chat and so on? So Super Chats, YouTube takes like, I want to say like a 20% cut of Super Chats. The GoFundMe, like the cut is smaller, but it's like they charge you a fee to donate, and then there's another fee for me to withdraw it. I don't remember what they are, but it adds up to less than 20%. But if you prefer to do a Super Chat, that's okay. Because, like, sure, I won't get that Super Chat money till next month. But with where the GoFundMe is right now, I'm okay with waiting a little bit longer to get, like, that little extra push. If it's fine, it's okay. I'm not too picky about it. At this point, I'm not too picky about it at this point, just because of how well we've done so far. You're basically covering 8 Final Fantasy games at once. Don't remind me. Nice to see FF11 get some attention. I've been playing for a few years and currently on the 4th expansion story-wise. Nice. Cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for the tips. Love to get into the game. Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. Very underrated. It is. BG Wiki. Yeah, I've got BG Wiki open right now. Wings is controversial for its slow release schedule and gameplay changes, but IMO the story is the best in the game. Yeah. Yeah, I remember talking to a friend, like, you had the like add-ons coming out like in between story updates. Started my FF marathon around when your FF5 retrospective came out, and I'm now up to 10 too, so I'm finally caught up. It'll be exciting watching you play 11, and hopefully you'll be streaming it. I'll, like, if people want it, I'll stream FF11 off and on. But, like, not like my main character, because, like, I want to be able to record that separately and then, like, do, like, other stuff for, like, people who don't know 11. Just might finish my 100% playthrough of 10, 10-2. Oh, my condolences. Going to start 11 in a couple weeks and kind of worried how much time it'll take to 100% it. Don't do it. You don't have to. You really don't have to. Hopefully your move goes smoothly. As a fellow Floridian trying to escape, good luck. I'm trying to, like, pick out, like, how to say thank you, Orphistavalos. Godspeed. But so show of hands, how many people in chat have and have not played Final Fantasy XI? Don't even think about 100% when it comes to MMOs. Never. Doing just main story is about 250 to 300 hours. Yeah, something like that. Unfortunately, I have to. I have completionist autism, and I've decided to play FF mainlines. Oh, no. Play it like an hour or two. Nope. I'm right now. Digi! Digi, thanks for stopping in. If anyone doesn't know Digi, he is in the Azure Skies Discord server. We play on Bahamut. His 11 character, his 11 OC, is a Taru named Big Man, who wears a chocobo mask that operates on, like, Spider-Man mask logic, and Digi is an artist who does really, really fun and cute and cool art of Big Man. And my roommate, crocheted a mini Big Man, which I still need to like shoot pictures and like video of little Big Man before we send him to you, Digi. Hope this can help a little bit. Never interacted with this community, but I love your videos on Final Fantasy games. Thank you, Zalden. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know like about like community because like I stream so infrequently on the channel. The community is more like in the Patreon Discord, which I'm not saying that to plug it. I'm just saying that as a matter of fact. But yeah, like this should be interesting. I've got more viewers than I've ever had right now. Jesus Christ. FF11 and or Cats bring out a lot in people. Playing it now, actually, awesome. Played it way back during PS2 launch, moved to WoW, and just started Horizon 11. Yeah, I imagine that WoW took a lot of attention away from 11. Started the game last year in late August when it went on sale, and it took me about 260 hours in 3 months to reach Rhapsody's ending. God damn. I have more time than that in it, but that's because like I'm doing like I'm unlocking and grinding like every job I can, like in the order that they were released. So like I'm not touching the treasures jobs right now. I'm only touching the Zillert jobs. Yeah. I just wish there was a way to condense down a lot of the grinding and repetitive stuff. I feel that. I mean, like, as long as like you know what job combo you want out of the gate, then you know that helps a lot. I'm now a huge fan of Big Man. Yeah, that was the plan, Digi. We were gonna send Big Man to you. If you want, Digi, I saw in the AS Discord that you were gonna like start posting Big Man art somewhere. I can't remember where, but yeah, like drop a link in chat, please. Like let the people know Big Man. Yeah, just use Dancer Warrior the whole time. I've been setting up the Dragoon Red Mage bit. Oh, it started today. Okay. Well, Well, then, what I'm going to do here is... Oh, that's a lot of notifications on Blue Sky. I'm going to link your Blue Sky. Go look through Digi's Blue Sky, and you will find Big Man. He is adorable. He is wonderful. He's a funny little guy. And there's art... There's art that you posted in the server that is not on Blue Sky, but, you know... Like, post a link to that page where you're going to be uploading art of Big Man. The people need to see Big Man. We're planning to cover FF7 Rebirth, Remake and Rebirth separately someday. I don't know exactly how I'm going to tackle the Final Fantasy remakes. I am dreading tackling the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because I got opinions. Mostly on the gameplay and the structure. But anyway, let's dive in. So, I just kind of want to like let these play out for everyone here who hasn't played 11. Love them so much, but I need to welcome analysis. Oh man, like all I can say is that I hate stagger systems so goddamn much. And I feel that the padding in the Final Fantasy VII remakes is atrocious. I still haven't finished Rebirth. Like, I'm on the penultimate chapter. It's like, okay, go to the Temple of the Ancients. I'm like, oh, man, I don't wanna at this point. Like, and the thing is, like, I've only put 18 hours in the game and I'm that far. Like, I beelined it because I don't care about the side quests. Like, it's taking forever to get anywhere when the original's pacing was so fucking good. It's like, goddamn, like, I can't enjoy this like I enjoy the original Final Fantasy VII. It's just so fucking plotting. I'll finish it, and I'll play Part 3, because I like what they're doing with the story. I find it interesting. keep in mind, I still don't know exactly how Rebirth ends yet. I heard they bungled that scene, but I don't know how. I'll find out in time. But yeah, it's like, oh man. I think part 3 will be paced better. They got a lot of criticism. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It seems like they're gonna announce it like any day now. Some Elvon. Fucking elves. KH4 found dead in a ditch. Nah, that's missing Link. Sandoria will remember that slander. I don't care what Sandoria thinks. I'm a Bastooker. I like all FF games, but the FF7 world is special, so I did enjoy spending so much time in it. I liked it too, and then they just kept showing more of it. Which server is your main in? Bahamut. So if you're not already in Bahamut, sorry. It's one of the 3 that are closed right now. For both 11 and 14, have you considered doing individual videos for each expansion in line with their release order of the rest of the videos you're doing for FF to make it less overwhelming? No. Because there's a drop-off when you do multiple videos on the same subject. So there's drop-off if you do multiple videos on the same subject, and there is a hunger for long videos. Look at him, he's a little onion boy. Onion-ish girl. A cat girl with actual feline features. Who'da thunk it? That said, I know how some of you are. Actually, how are you planning to do 14? I doubt that'll be done with expansions even when you get to it. If it's not done with expansions when I get to it, then I'll just go as far as it's gotten. I'm not too worried about 14 right now because of... with how much, like, 14 has, like, changes that, like, seep back earlier into the actual game. Like, that one's honestly going to be a very different challenge compared to 11. Big fan of your FF retrospectives. Really looking forward to the 11 video. I have over 1,000 days played on retail in the 75 era and 10 years plus on the private server scene on my 4th private server. God damn, Jimmy. Alright, so Evercold next year will be bringing huge changes. Yeah, I heard that they're like simplifying rotations even more. And I'm just like, god damn. Alright, so let's see. I wanna make this based on my friend Joey. Oh, they don't have black hair for the Tarus. This sucks. I'm pretty sure, like, the faces and the hair go hand in hand. Like, hair color, too. Oh, no. Okay, no, not necessarily. They just have the 2 hair colors. I hate it. For people say the Shinra archaeology translation is better for FF7, but I was immediately disappointed by removal of Barrett's rotten pizza line, which was literally in the original Japanese script. I've heard, I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of, but I heard that there was like one like fan translation for 7 that was like really spotty. and like kind of missed like some obvious things, like climb hazard became crime hazard. I don't know if that's the one though. It's hard to say if it's simplifying. They're making jobs have less buttons but are making them more mechanically unique. Okay, we'll see how that turns out. They describe new expansion as another Realm Reborn level of system changes. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, make my job harder. Thankfully, like, there's plenty of documentation and videos online of like even 1.0, so it's gonna be a matter of like really talking to a lot of people who played the game at different points in its life. God, like, thankfully, like, there's gonna be 4 Final Fantasy videos between 11 and 14, 12 and the 13 trilogy, so, you know, I've got time, but goddamn. I wouldn't call it simplifying this time. Like, Paladin is getting a parry mechanic, and Dragoon is getting a classic jump where they stay in the air. Interesting. Despite them doing that for the past 4 expansions, but we'll see. Man, I am a little disappointed, because, like, I wanted a dark hair Taru, and unfortunately, like, that's not something that is, like, this is like the closest we'll get. All right, how do we want a small Taru, a medium Taru, or a large Taru? That's the big question. We gotta do small. College, I dated a girl whose older brother did almost nothing except play this game in, like, 2003. I never got into MMOs. They're hard to get into. All right, so I've already, like, I main Red Mage already. That's what I started as. On Eden and on my main on retail. So I'm thinking, for the sake of expediency, let's do Monk. Gotta name him after my boy Joey Stables. I play a White Mage Scholar Elvon. I know like next to nothing about Scholar. Isn't it like a healer? Let's see. I said, oh, there is no Odin. No, not Odin. Ragnarok. Yeah. I think I'm going to do Ragnarok because that's like the next populous server that isn't closed. 11 seems like it'll be a handful too. I'm over 300 hours and I'm just now hitting Wings of the Goddess. Yeah, I'm over 300 hours and I'm still in Zillert. Gold World Pass not specified. Yeah. Phoenix is the next popular after Odin. Phoenix. Okay. Scholars like weather manipulating shit, but honestly I just use it for MP regen. Fair. Scholars can switch between light arts and black arts or use other white and black magic efficiently. Ooh. It's like Red Mage without physical. Interesting. Odin and Asura are closed. No, Bahamut's an option for me because I already have a character on Bahamut. Bahamut is closed. Played a lot of 2004, 2006, returned a bit in 2010. Every now and then I get the itch still. Yeah, a lot of people do from what I hear. Alright, so we're going to do Phoenix. I've already done Sandoria. I've already played in Bastuk. So now we got to do the worst one in terms of geography, because Windurst is gigantic. It is a bitch to navigate. Everything I'm hearing is making me worried for my playthrough with how time-consuming this will be. It's an MMO. So, like, comes with the territory. Player data registered. All right, Joey Stables is here, baby. Hardest layout in missions, but in my opinion, it does have the best base storyline. Yeah, I agree. An ancient capital nurtured by the boughs of a great tree, blessed by magical waters, and protected by the moon and stars. There's a legend in this country. In a time forgotten, a people forced to wander by starvation and cold were led to this land by a wondrous star. When that star returned to the heavens, it sent to the earth a spiritual medium, the first star Sybil, who could hear its voice. She promised Windurst glory and prosperity. It's still up. With each passing eon, the people came to excel at magic more and more, giving Windurst far greater wisdom and power. 5 ministries, each specializing in a school of knowledge, became politically influential institutions. This elevated Windurst to become a city of academics. The console versions were shut down. PC version's still up. In recent years, new bonds were made with the roaming tribes of Mithra, causing Windurst to become even bigger than before. But the people's wish remains unchanged. Lasting peace, eternal tranquility under the watch of... goddammit. And now a new star of hope has been born to this earth. PS2 and Xbox 360 were shut down. Spent the first 50 hours getting a class to max level and then focusing story. That may be the crazy person's way, though. A lot of people do that. I don't. What in Windurst is going on? The airship from Juno arrived hours ago, but our flub, the Dub Minister, is nowhere to be seen. What's the matter with him? It's been weeks since he suddenly upped and left us in a helter-skelter. And when he finally sends us a teensy-weensy message, it just reads, I have a lot of luggage, so come meet me at the airship port. Our Minister of the Oristery has an amazing gift of forgetteruing and breaking promises. Why, he's probably even forgot-to-ruin that he sent us a message to begin with. Oh, bother-wather. The Oristery would get on fine without him, but his niminy-piminy sister, Upururu, is the trouble. No one can stand her loud mouth. I think it's because she's so annoying that the Minister is always absentaroo. Ah, the way things are going, I wonder whether our Minister can really save Windurst. Jeepers creepers, here comes that Sybil guard again. It's got to do with the Minister again. I suggest we get out of here before she asks us all sorts of questions and gets us into trouble. A quick get-a-rue is in order. Get used to the verbal tics on the Taru. Yeah, it came out on Xbox 360 in 2006. And for a time, it was one of the top 10 most played games on Xbox Live. Overwhelmed by the size of this fine city? I'm overwhelmed by the size of everything. It was about 40 hours to get to 55 and finish rank 5. This game it is on Steam, yeah. Can we this game like FF5 or 10-2, switch jobs as you get them, or focus on a couple? Yeah. I mean, like, you can't switch, like, in the moment. You have to go to your Mog house, but yeah. You have to unlock them, though. I mean, sure, I'll say yes. Someday they do a single-player version of 11. The stories are too good to be lost when the eventual end of service, even if it's decades away. I mean, 11's current, like, director or producer has said that, like, he wants the game's story to be accessible. He just doesn't know how to go about it. I'm wondering if you're going to take a dive into 11 and 14 for your series. Yeah, I've said it many times I'm going to do 11. Like, I started 11 2 years ago. Where am I? Who am I? And who are you? Also heard this game has the FF2 progression system, which I'm excited about. Yes, but for those of you who are kind of like quaking about that, it's not totally like FF2. It's wild you could still play new online content on the PS2 in 2016. Big asterisk on that. You had to import or like really try your hardest to be able to play the last expansion because it didn't get released here for the PS2. Enjoy the many Taru dialects. Oh, I'm familiar. I love and hate them. I love reading them. I hate saying them. Thank you, Caster. We're hoping for the best. I would recommend sticking to one job combo for your story playthrough. Yeah, generally. I'm messing around with like as many as I can though. Console port's coming on the 25th anniversary, surely. Yeah, huff the copium. If I remember correctly, there were also plans to make a Wii port for the game, though I'm not sure if that's true. I've not heard about that at all. 14's 11th Theme Alliance Raid Series ended on a graphic with "We will keep the lights on." Good. I want to try this, but I already pay for 14. Don't want to pay another $12 sub a month. That's a shame. Just like when you're bored of 14. When you're bored of 14, just do 11. Simple as. Oh, I have to... Shit, where is it? Fuck, I already missed where the what's it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let's see. Let's catch up here because you guys are going nuts. They could try to make it a single-player game like they did Octopath Zero. Yeah, they would have to basically completely remake this game if they wanted to make it single-player. Leveling alt jobs is easier than it used to be, especially when you have all the XP boosts unlocked, but it still takes time, and gearing is a commitment. True. Tired the Force FF2 hate when that game isn't that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. Especially the modern versions. I agree, Kiwami. Like, if you made this an offline game, you would lose a lot of what made it fun and special. And also, like, thematically, you would kind of, like, kneecap at least the base game. I'm a new viewer who subscribed after watching your FF10 video. I'm so touched by your live stream name and GoFundMe. I hope everything goes well for your sweet cat. Thanks. Thank you, Rook. Might have to predetermine which jobs to pick from. Are all jobs viable? For single player, I'd say. Yeah, probably. Just like there's more of a commitment for some jobs than others. This type of game would be better as solo than multiplayer. You say that. Definitely going to start with Monk. Monk is very easy to start with, yeah. 14's patch cycles are long, so might as well cancel the sub for a month and go into 11. Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah, 11 and 14 are not comparable. Just because they're MMOs, they are not comparable. One is more of an EverQuest, the other is more of a WoW. Trust pretty much make any job viable. Yep. Are you playing on keyboard? Yeah, I don't know how to play on a controller for this game. So comparing EverQuest to WoW, wholly different mindset, yeah. There is stuff that you can't do solo, yeah, but like they're few and far between. All right. She said to give the coupon to Jack, to who was it, Jack of Clubs, she said?